Have you ever looked around your home and thought, where did all this come from? Maybe it's the stacks of papers on the counter, that extra chair no one sits on, or the boxes in the closet that haven't been opened in years. It happens to almost everyone, especially after 70, when life has gifted us not just memories, but a lifetime of things. In today's video, we're going to talk about 5 things that simply don't belong in a peaceful home after 70, items that quietly take away your comfort, space, and even your calm. I'll show you what to let go of, why it matters, and how doing so can make your home feel lighter, fresher, and more peaceful. This isn't about getting rid of memories, it's about making room for peace, safety, and ease in your everyday life. So stay with me till the end, because we'll take it step by step together. And before we start, tell me in the comments, what's one thing in your home you've been wanting to clear out, and which state are you watching from? Item 1. Outdated paperwork and forgotten files. Let's start with something almost every home has. Piles of old papers that quietly collect over the years. You know the ones: old bills, expired insurance forms, receipts from a decade ago, and tax files you swore you'd sort someday. These papers sit in drawers, under desks, and even in boxes you haven't opened in years. It might seem harmless, but this kind of clutter weighs on you more than you think. Every time you see it, even for a second, your mind feels that little spark of stress. I should deal with that. And that thought, repeated 100 times, becomes mental noise. For many seniors, it's hard to know what's okay to throw away and what should be kept. The truth is, you don't need to save every document forever. Most tax papers older than 7 years can be safely shredded, unless your accountant advises otherwise. Outdated medical records, expired warranties, and old statements have no reason to take up your peace. What matters are your essentials: your will, birth certificate, passport, and current insurance papers. Those can all fit neatly in one small folder or fireproof box. I once knew a man in his 70s named Charles who had a closet full of old business files. He finally decided to sort through them with a friend. By the end of the weekend, he had filled several bags to shred, and he told me he felt lighter, calmer, and even slept better that night. That's the kind of peace you deserve too. Start small. Pick one drawer, put on your favorite music, and begin. You'll be amazed how clearing those old papers clears your mind too, leaving you with space, order, and a quiet sense of control over your life again. Item 2. Unused appliances and duplicate gadgets. Now, let's talk about the kitchen, one of the most common places where clutter hides in plain sight. Over the years, it's easy to collect small appliances and gadgets that seemed useful at the time, but ended up sitting in cabinets, untouched. Maybe you have 2 coffee makers, 3 toasters, or an old blender that doesn't even work anymore. Or perhaps a waffle maker that was used once, years ago, and then pushed to the back of the shelf just in case. Sound familiar? The truth is, every item in your kitchen should earn its place. If you haven't used it in a year, it's probably time to let it go. Unused appliances take up precious space and make your kitchen harder to clean, harder to organize, and less enjoyable to spend time in. When you simplify what's on your counters and in your cupboards, you're not just creating space, you're creating calm. Take everything out one day and really look at it. Be honest with yourself. Do I use this? Does it still work? Do I even like it? Keep only what makes your daily routine easier or brings you joy. Donate or give away the rest. Someone else might find it useful, and you'll feel a quiet satisfaction knowing it's gone to good use. I remember a woman named Marjorie, in her 80s, who had 4 blenders and 2 old microwaves stacked in a corner. When she finally decided to clear them out, she said her kitchen felt bigger, and she found herself smiling every morning while making coffee. That's what a clutter-free space does. It gives you room to breathe. Simplify your kitchen, and you'll find peace waiting right there among the clean counters and open shelves. Item 3. Overflowing wardrobes and unworn clothing. Let's move to another space that holds more than we realize, the closet. Clothes have a funny way of piling up quietly over the years. Shirts that no longer fit, shoes that pinch, jackets from a time when the weather and life felt different. For many of us, clothes carry memories. The dress you wore to your granddaughter's wedding, the suit from your working days, or the sweater your spouse once loved seeing you wear. These memories make it hard to let go, but keeping them all can also make every morning more stressful than it needs to be. When your closet is overflowing, getting dressed stops being simple. You open the door, and instead of seeing choices you love, you see reminders of times gone by or clothes that no longer feel like you. It's not about giving up your past, it's about making space for comfort and ease today. Here's what you can do. Take everything out and sort your clothes into 3 piles. I wear this, I might wear this, and I never wear this. Keep only what fits, feels good, and makes you happy when you wear it. For items that hold special memories, take a photo before donating them. That way the memory stays without taking up space. Frank, a gentleman in his 70s, once told me that cleaning out his closet was like breathing fresh air. He discovered forgotten favorites, freed up half his space, and felt proud each morning choosing what to wear. You deserve that same feeling. Calm, simple, confident. A tidy wardrobe isn't about having less, it's about surrounding yourself only with what truly serves you and reflects who you are today. Item 4. Unnecessary furniture and bulky decor. As the years go by, our homes often fill with furniture that once made sense but no longer fits our lives. Maybe you still have that big dining table from when the whole family used to gather every Sunday, or a heavy old dresser that takes up half the bedroom. There might be side tables, cabinets, or chairs you rarely use, yet they stay because they've always been there. The truth is, too much furniture can make your home feel crowded, harder to clean, and even unsafe to move around in. At this stage in life, comfort and safety matter more than keeping every old piece that's ever entered your home. Walk through each room and really notice how it feels. Can you move around easily? Do you use everything that's there? If not, it might be time to let go of what's taking up more space than it gives back. One woman I knew, named Susan, realized her living room was full of furniture she inherited from relatives. Each item had a story, but together they made her home feel tight and overwhelming. She chose to keep her favorite chair and coffee table and passed the rest on to her children and a local charity. She told me afterward, "It feels like I can finally breathe in my own home again." Simplifying your furniture isn't about losing memories. It's about making your home fit you now. Keep only what's useful and comfortable. A clear, open space doesn't just look better, it feels better. It makes cleaning easier, walking safer, and your home more peaceful. You deserve rooms that feel light, not heavy. Item 5. Sentimental items without purpose. This last one is often the hardest, letting go of sentimental things. Over the years, we collect boxes of greeting cards, souvenirs, gifts, photos, and little treasures from our children and grandchildren. Each one holds a memory, a moment frozen in time. But slowly, those memories turn into piles that fill closets, drawers, and garages. What once brought comfort can start to feel like emotional clutter, not because the memories aren't precious, but because there's simply too much to hold on to all at once. Letting go of sentimental items doesn't mean you're forgetting the people or the moments that shaped your life. It means choosing to honor the memories that truly warm your heart and releasing the rest with love. Try this. Gather your keepsakes in one place. Pick up each item and ask yourself, does this still bring me joy, or has it simply become another thing I'm storing? If it still touches your heart, give it a place of honor, a small shelf, a photo album, or a memory box. For the rest, take photos before parting with them, or share them with family who might cherish them too. I once met a kind man named Howard in his 80s who had kept dozens of boxes from his children's school years. Together with his daughter, he sorted through them and chose a few favorites to display in a small memory corner. He said afterward that his home and his heart felt lighter. Memories live in your heart, not in the number of boxes you keep. By letting go of what no longer serves you, you make room for peace, clarity, and new experiences. You're not losing your past, you're making space for the joy of the present. Now that we've gone through all 5 categories, take a moment to pause and look around your home. What do you see? Does it reflect the calm, comfort, and freedom you deserve? Or does it feel a little too full of yesterday? Remember, this journey isn't about throwing things away or chasing perfection. It's about creating a home that feels peaceful, safe, and true to who you are today. You don't have to do it all in one day. Start small. One drawer, one shelf, one memory box. Every little bit of space you clear gives something back to you. Energy, ease, and that quiet sense of control that makes each day lighter. And as you declutter, you might notice something beautiful. It's not just your home that feels lighter, it's you. Letting go is an act of love for yourself, for your well-being, and even for your family. You're creating a space that's easier to live in, easier to maintain, and filled only with things that make you feel good. You're not erasing your past, you're simply making more room for joy in the years ahead. So, tell me in the comments, what's the first thing you're going to let go of to bring peace back into your home? And don't forget to share which state you're watching from. I love knowing where our wonderful viewers are joining us from. If this video helped you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need a little encouragement today. You deserve a home that feels as light and free as your heart.